Good morning, 7:58 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. So I want to go over the charts with you guys real quick, and then I'm going to read some stuff that broke last night, and we're going to have to pay attention to it. So this U.S. Treasury pushes for uniform global cryptocurrency regulations. We're going to go into that after. It's definitely something we need to touch on. We're going to start with Bitcoin. And yesterday, I tried to unleash a little system that would make it easier for everybody to read. So let me start with Bitcoin. We did it with XRP. Let me go over Bitcoin, and we're going to have the exact levels lined up. Because there is a distinct possibility that if we can retest these areas properly, that Bitcoin very well might find itself running up to 25K. But that would have to be done properly. We're coming back down to retest this area. So right now, a very key area is 21,685. The 20,880. So right now we're being squeezed between the 21,685 resistance and then the 20,880 support. You really want to ride this uptrend, and if you can hold this could catapult you up to that 25K level. If we don't break 21,685, we're gonna have to come down to the lower support, which also correlates with the ascending triangle breakout pattern. So if you break out the ascending triangle, that busted out the side of the descending triangle. So basically, I know we don't have a lot of people don't speak English in my audience, so they watch captions. So if you're watching the captions, this uptrending support and this uptrending resistance, when you meet it together like this constitutes an uptrend or ascending triangle. Some people call it a rising channel, some people call it a rising wedge, just depending on how they move the pattern. I like to call this an ascending triangle, and what it ends up being is, so we've had a continuation pattern to the downside. An ascending triangle is typically, if you play it out, it can be a reversal to the downside, but if you hold on an ascending triangle, break over and then bounce, it's a reversal to retest the drop point high, which it could be 30,000, but I would say more likely, if you come across parallel right here, that's a huge resistance, and it's a wick that showed us in the past where we have an area of strength that we were able to pull right back up. So that's like that's your trend line right there. If you can get back above 25,061, you could become bullish. That to me is the barrier that we're breaking up to. So put on your piece of paper that 25,000 plus area, just right here, 25,099 roughly. And that's your area that would constitute the top end potential. If we can properly backtest this ascending triangle, which we are trying to do right now, it's just we're being stuck by the uptrend right now. And oftentimes, but not always, this uptrend will give, and you'll come back down to the actual key support level. In this case, it's 20,859. Not only is it the ascending triangle support breakout instead of resistance, it would be the first time using it as support. You also have the 20-day and the 4-hour time frame that just happens to meet their 100% on the money. So I like confluency, and to me, that is likely what Bitcoin's doing. So we're looking at a return to 20,800, but with all of the manipulation, you can find yourself liquidated both sides of the aisle. So if you're leverage trading, happened to me yesterday. I had one good trade with Ethereum, and on Bitcoin it spiked up and it liquidated me. I had like a liquidation. It was $50 bet, but still. XRP, we've got the three areas. These are the areas of concern right now. Right now we have low support, which is to retest the broken ascending triangle. As we talked about with Bitcoin, we have the same thing with XRP. We broke out of it in the short pattern. In the wider pattern, we're in a much bigger descending triangle, which is where the resistance is falling, support is falling, and it ends up meeting somewhere down the road. That's a descending triangle in the greater pattern. Within that, we're in the ascending triangle pattern. And right now, the key area is that we need to come back and backtest the broken ascending triangle, and that puts us at 32,962, which is just below the 20-day and the 4-hour. We've broken down that key resistance of 34,637. That was the support level we were trying to hold. and then we hit 35,986, which is these are all resistance levels we have to break to get to our ultimate target of 39680. So that's what we're looking at for XRP and Bitcoin. I hope this helps break it down. We can actually take this level out right now just to keep it not as confusing. And we're actually working between the resistance of 35,977 and the support of 33,011. Now what I want to do before I go is I want to read this news article, but as you can see, we're falling a little bit this morning. So it's just a little breaking news. U.S. Treasury pushes for uniform global cryptocurrency regulations. Make sure to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Appreciate if you consider joining Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. Show me the support. We have fallen off a little bit. We're down to 246 members, but that's okay. I'll continue to push every day, even if we have no members. And as long as one person is watching each and every day, I'll continue to do updates. The United States Treasury Department is the latest federal agency to share proposals on regulating cryptocurrencies as part of the country's ongoing initiative to roll out common laws for the sector. The department published an international crypto regulation framework on July 7th, detailing how the U.S. domestic financial value should be expected alongside protections for businesses and consumers engaging in the crypto sector. According to the fact sheet, cryptocurrency should be regulated to minimize the possible use of digital assets in crime. Additionally, the agency notes that regulated cryptocurrencies can promote financial inclusion and drive innovations. U.S. to use global dominance in regulating crypto. The department under Secretary Janet Yellen noted that the U.S. should leverage its global position in the financial markets to engage with partners in designing the framework for crypto sector. The United States must continue to work with international partners on standards for the development of digital payment architectures and central bank digital currency, CBDC, to reduce payment inefficiencies and ensure that any new payment systems are consistent with U.S. values and legal requirements, the fact sheet said. So basically that just says they want to create a CBDC so they continue their inflation after the U.S. dollar is abandoned. That's fantastic. It's going to absolutely shit show the entire crypto space. Under an ideal framework, the Treasury wants to use the U.S. to push for uniformity with global partners by ensuring a coordinated message, limit duplication, and encourage that work and maintain within the primary stakeholders. Elsewhere, the publication stated that the U.S. would continue holding engagements and forums to build on the fact sheet designed as part of President Joe Biden's executive order to federal agencies on developing digital currency. Potential partners in global crypto regulation, in particular G7 member states. Oh, what a surprise. The most corrupt members of each G7 will be among the key players in the framework design. Most specifically, the countries will delve into improving payment systems and define the role of public and private sectors in payments. Other identified partners include the G20 nations, another bunch of losers, the Financial Stability Board, and Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, all of the biggest scumbags on the planet. So this is all corruption and manipulation. Since the order by President Biden, several agencies have presented their views on how to regulate the growing sector. As reported by VENMO, U.S. credit unions are opposed to the rollout of central bank digital currency, stating that it's costly and other superior alternatives exist in the market. Notably, the Treasury Department favors a CBDC that upholds the value of the U.S. monetary system. That's what I was just talking about. Isn't that convenient that that's exactly what they went for? Because they need some way to print money. Instead of giving it to big business and the bankers and the rich, now they're trying to say they want to give it to the poor because they're sick of giving it to the rich. Don't listen to these scumbags. This is all perpetration. This is all manipulation. And in the end, this is going to be a black eye for crypto once again. If they create a government CBDC, it's going to make it that much harder for our cryptos to actually become relevant. They will be relevant, but it might take years of mistrials by a government CBDC, or that'll be what truly puts the ISO coins on the map, because they're going to see how shit the CBDCs are, and they're going to see how big of a manipulation and a printing press that ends up being in the digital form. Stay blessed, everybody.